How are we?
True. That was suave.
Welcome back. Frank is vibing to the intro.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Loves a bit of jazz.
Love a bit of
Stank
jazz.
face music, as we call it,
Really? Why?
Yeah.
because it makes that face you just made.
Oh,
That's
when that, yeah, that's it.
That's the one.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, legit.
Episode 9.
Episode
correct?
9.
Bro, you've done 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done 9.
I
Yeah, this
haven't
is
heard
the
about
ninth.
it. Oh, I have, but I just don't. You guys don't post a link on your Insta or anything.
Yeah, we don't really.
We don't have an Insta.
We don't have an Insta. No,
Not
just-
yet.
But like
Oh,
anything
we
to the thing, but because I would have done some research, but I was like, fuck, where is this?
That's right,
Yeah.
man.
And I didn't want to text you saying, oh, what's your podcast? So,
That's all good, man. Actually, that's probably a good indicator that we should
Yeah. Yeah.
market our podcast better.
Yes.
100%. You just get on YouTube, bro. Even if you just post sound clips and shit,
That's it.
like just
That's what we were talking about as well. Like you can take clips from the podcast because sometimes you just, even the guest says some really profound shit. You can
Yeah.
break it up and then just do like a YouTube short as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
bloody hell,
Yeah.
yeah. The TikTok, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's-
But for all the crowd out there, you're probably wondering who's that other voice that's neither Nadeem nor Eyes. That is Frank. Frank, do you want to introduce yourself? Say a little bit about yourself,
Bro,
what you do, anything you want to say, really.
I'm just a guy.
He's
Yeah.
just a guy.
I got a YouTube channel.
He's got a YouTube channel.
That's it. Like the rest,
Frank.
you got to find out for yourself. I feel like that's the best way.
Yeah.
Like even when you discover like new artists, music artists,
Yeah.
recording artists, people like it's a bigger dopamine rush when people are like, oh, I self-discovered this. You know what I mean?
Not wrong.
That's true.
Like if I try to tell you everything, you're just gonna be like, everyone tries to tell you everything. You know? I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a blah blah blah. I got 4-time like Andrew Tate. I'm a 4-time boxing heavyweight champion.
oh,
Like
yeah.
yeah.
Don't bring him up. No.
really, bro. I tell you recently.
He just popped out of nowhere.
Oh my god! I watched
Just
one
random,
video,
yeah.
and now my recommended is just.
Andrew Tate. Yeah.
Oh my god, he's a virus, man. He's a fucking virus. I made a video about it as well. Like
Did you?
Just toxic masculinity.
He is.
Oh, yeah, I saw that video.
It's-
Like
yeah,
the
shit as well.
thumbnail, I didn't know it was actually about Andrew.
No, that was a different one.
Oh,
But he's on the thumbnail.
yeah.
Yeah. But it is a fucking phenomenon.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
toxic masculinity and
Character.
stuff.
He's
Yeah.
a character for sure.
Yeah. And everyone equates it to like being a successful male. It's like you have to be a bit of a shit cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does some dodgy shit as well. Like he's got casinos and shit. And
But unfortunately-
in Bulgaria,
Yeah, Romania.
Romania, yeah.
Yeah, probably because some fucking like dodgy laws
Yeah,
over there,
yeah.
or like the country's run by the mafia or some shit.
Yeah, or he probably got talked into it.
What do you mean?
Like, talked into it.
Oh yeah, got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck,
You have
see,
to
that'd
do
be
that.
scary, man.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. Fuck.
Oh, 100%.
Remember when there was the McGregor, who's that Russian guy that he fought?
Oh,
Ukrainian guy?
Khabib?
Nemegam.
Yeah, and he was saying some shit about like, I know what you've done, Like, I know you sold yourself for this.
Who said that? Khabib said that.
No, Conor was saying that to Khabib when they were like facing off, and Khabib was like, man, don't say this shit. Like, you can actually die. You
Yeah,
get killed.
yeah. Because
Everyone just like brushed over
his
it.
dad did some shit.
It was
Yeah.
something dodgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I vaguely remember that now.
Yeah.
Fuck. McGregor, bro.
Dodgy shit in
He
there.
gets under your skin.
Oh man, he's just the best at it. It's better than the fighting, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time he's fighting, you want to just see the build up.
Yeah.
and
It's
not
the accent
actually
as
fight,
well.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
legit,
good.
Legit. Like you don't watch the.
Zaga.
Yeah, legit. Who the fuck? Yeah. Because you don't really watch the like maybe you watch the fight once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you like those little compilations with the
Yeah.
Conor McGregor destroys liberal or some shit like that, like some Ben Shapiro shit. Or
It's
whatever.
all about the hype,
Yeah.
all the build up. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's true, really,
Yeah.
in a lot of things.
Yeah. So we got Frank, a guy and a YouTuber. And
Doesn't want to
the
tell
rest-
much
the rest
about
is-
himself.
Yeah, no, honestly.
if you want to,
Yeah.
his name will be in the podcast name anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah.
look up his
Or
YouTube
put his
channel.
link there as well.
Yeah, which is the exact same name. YouTube channel is the same name as
Just
your,
Frank,
your
yeah.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I appreciate that. That's fire.
Yeah. Awesome, man. So what projects do you currently have?
I'm a cooker. Man. What projects? Like, just projecting things into
Projecting.
reality, you know?
I love that.
Yeah.
Love
I'm
that.
trying to get like I want to level with the crowd, with the listener. I'm trying to just level. Not level. I'm trying to build a YouTube audience. Actually, I'll tell you the initial reason.
Go for it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what got you into it.
Yeah. In the if people have been watching my YouTube channel, they'll know like already. But it was initially created because I wanted to have like a self-sufficient community in the future. So I wanted to cultivate a kind of not so much a following, because I don't really like that. I don't want to be followed. I don't feel like I'm anyone that's like worthy of people being like, I'm going to follow you. You know what I mean? Because what is that? You follow someone, you press the button, but like the actual word is you're following them. It's
Yeah.
like you're fucking mimicking their actions.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what people do. Like with
Yeah.
they pedestalize the, people that they look up to, celebrities, all that shit. I don't want to be pedestalized because that's when people project onto you. They say, "Oh, you got to be the old Frank. You
Yeah.
know, you got to be the old Kanye." You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yep.
I want people to respect my progression the same way that you would just respect the progression of your friend or like just a co-creator. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to do: build a community of like-minded people that can co-create the reality that they want to see in the world.
Yeah.
And I feel like at the start, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to materialize into reality the way that I intended it to when I began. But that the initial thing was to create like an off the grid type living foundation. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's sick. That's a really cool perspective.
I think that's what we sort of talked about in one of the episodes as well, that our podcast is sort of our journey of growth.
Yeah.
And the first episode versus today is just completely different.
Completely different, man.
We're just trying to figure out how the pads work and how the sliders work, and here we are now. Just everything's fucking labeled and
Yeah, legit. There you go.
talking to the audience, and then we're sort of more efficient with it.
It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's all about learning, man.
yeah. And then, like you said, building a following based on what we were in our first episode versus now is going to be two different audiences completely. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
And I mean, on that as well, when you're saying, the term following, it's just basically another way of mass consumerism, isn't it? Because
true.
they are just consuming your projects, your videos,
yeah,
your content. They're just consuming it. They're not actually learning from it, which is what you're trying to do. You're trying to push out content that people can actually benefit from.
Yeah. No
And-
one respect. No one. It doesn't
you
blow
know.
up though.
Yeah, it does. The algorithm doesn't like it because YouTube wants as much money as
They
possible.
want,
And
no, they want people to consume mindless things,
yeah, well, here you go.
mind-numbing things.
Yeah,
They don't want you to learn something from their platform that causes you to get off their platform and start producing instead of consuming.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
So that's tough. That's a tough thing to do.
Yeah.
exactly.
Especially like and that's why I'll talk about him again. It's fucking, I don't know why, but that's what Joe Rogan is like kind of about, and I feel like that's why he gets a lot of friction. That's why he's very abrasive in the mainstream media because I don't think they like that very much.
Yeah.
You know how he's always the one that cops shit for things, even when it's not his fault.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I like him and I can't have a bias, but
Yeah,
No, but you're right, because he doesn't hold back based on what his sponsors will say, what is this, nothing. He's just like, this is it, this is what's on my mind, and I'm putting it out there. And yeah, there's no two ways about it. And if you like it, you like it. Otherwise, you can go fuck yourself because he makes enough money anyway.
exactly.
that's the
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
And it's such a for whatever reason, speaking your mind is like a revolutionary act these days. It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
weird.
it's very strange.
Have you been on LinkedIn lately, man?
No.
Oh, it's just full of sob stories.
Really? Like
Full of
stop,
sob
I'll stop,
stories.
yeah,
man.
yeah.
People just basically talking about how they used to be in this shit job, now they're in a really good job that gives them X, Y, Z. And yes, I mean obviously
people like that shit.
flexibility, work from home, they're all good things, but to the point where it's just getting copy pasted over and over again. People are just posting it because LinkedIn now is Facebook back in 2010. Organic content just blows up.
Really?
Just blows up, man. Oh, LinkedIn is insane right now.
Yeah, the algorithm's in your favor right
It's in your favor right now. If you're a business owner, LinkedIn is something that you should be posting on. It's something that's just
now. Necessary.
insane at the moment. The advertising costs are still really high because if you were to run ads, you're going to be reaching, people working in the professional field that are making a certain amount of income. So it costs a lot to advertise on it.
Yeah.
But just for organic content, like everyone I know, especially in the digital marketing world and agency world, their owners are always posting,
Yeah.
always gathering,
That makes sense.
an audience. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been on LinkedIn a few times looking at what people are posting.
Yeah.
None of that makes sense.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with getting a job, promoting yourself to get a job.
Yeah.
It's all absolute garbage.
And as a business owner, why do you think that?
Well, I'm obviously, like, me being on LinkedIn, like, I have no reasons to, because I'm not looking for a job.
Exactly. You're an owner.
So I'm more towards, first of all, it's networking, number one. Man, my LinkedIn is always blown up. First of all, whoever the fuck is giving me job offers should know that I'm not looking for a job. Every time it's like 80 grand a year work from home, 90 grand a year work from home. I'm like, no, I don't want that shit. And second is obviously being in the market, seeing what my competitors are doing, and can I do anything better? Because again, accounting is very shitty field to market in, because there's we can't do anything creative.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. So so when you jump on LinkedIn, Then the third thing is to network, which again, when people are just on there to talk their sob stories, you can't really network with them. Like, because when I used to do BNI meetings, Business Networking International,
Yeah.
you go in there, it's literally just, I can do this, you can do this. How can we benefit each other? That's literally the conversation, and you will get out of it in 15 minutes. LinkedIn is like, oh man, I understand you, understand your story. Fuck off, man.
Bro, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's the fucking the toxic male shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I'll explain that because that kind of doesn't make sense. But like what, like let's say you're talking like a CEO type, like an archetype of a CEO.
Yeah.
Like what do you think it constitutes, like personality wise? What are like maybe like, because this is what I talked about in the video.
Yeah.
Basically, to predict for, or some of the traits that predict for success in whatever facet, whatever like thing that you do, is a lot of the time it's being disagreeable, being hyper intelligent, hyper conscientious, all the things that you see in these toxic males, right? So people get kind of like, think about your archetypal famous successful person, like a Wolf of Wall Street or something like that. Just like very abrasive personality.
Yeah.
People like, when you see him, you go, damn, that's an asshole. Like that guy's fucking mean, you know? That's what it is. Like that side of thinking, that like left brain logical thinking is like, what do you need from me? What do I need from you? No emotion, quick as fuck. We don't waste time. Time is valuable to us. We want to capitalize. We want to turn all our time into money or whatever they want to turn their time into. And people get upset at it. And then what you just said, like the LinkedIn, that's like the other brain. It's like your feelings and oh my God. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. But it's a balance. That's what you need.
Yeah.
It is.
Not true. Yeah, because you can actually sit down and talk and network and learn from each other's stories. And because I do have a lot of people I've met off of LinkedIn and otherwise as well that I've actually had a drink with and chatted about our mental health, running a business, you know, the sleepless nights and, you know, the months that you don't pay yourself wages, pay someone else, and the knock-on effect it has with your partner, and then you can't pay, you dipping into savings and all that nonsense. So I would love to talk about that with people and not just, you know, this is my sob story, follow me.
Is that what they say? At the end?
Literally that.
Follow for more. I mean, it probably keeps people
Part
on the app.
Yeah.
Because like that's what LinkedIn needs at the end of the day.
Well, it is a social media platform, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's social media. It's it can cross with corporate and the career world, but at the end of the day, there's always going to be that personal touch to it. And
It has to be.
Yeah,
Because we're human, bro.
Yeah. But it comes off very fake, that though.
it does. That's
Very,
what I
very
mean.
fake,
Like when I say there were sub stories, I don't mean like everyone is doing it. Some people actually are speaking out about things.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
For example, it's been a really good platform for the abortion stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah.
It's been great for that. But some people just abuse it.
Yeah.
Like in every other thing, really. Some people just hop on the train to abuse it. And you've seen that in the Me Too and BLM. People just like to abuse shit.
Yeah.
Hop on and abuse shit.
Definitely.
You know what? One good thing LinkedIn has done with these stories is women in the workplace, because they've actually shared their stories about how they've made it and their journey through, and it has inspired a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
So that I feel like is one good thing, that because when you in that spot, and then you can look up to people that, okay, you know, this is how she did it, and this was her struggle, and not just other women, but men can also relate that it's significantly harder. And the industry is made significantly harder for them as well.
Yeah.
True.
And
completely agree.
Yeah, the pay parity and all that shit as well. So that has helped.
Yeah, it has been a good platform for
Yeah,
women.
exactly. Yeah.
It reminds me of a post I saw on LinkedIn, actually. I'm not sure if it was an ad or an organic carousel post, but essentially it was just a bunch of slides. One of them was, imagine a CEO in your head, and then you'd imagine it, and then the next question would be, is it a man or a woman? Now imagine a nurse. Is it a man or a woman? And then if your answer was, man, and then woman to the other one,
What do they say?
it just shows that, like, the world is changing. You should change that view.
Nah, that's bullshit, bro.
Yeah. You reckon?
Nah, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Tell me about
Bro,
it.
all right, I'm gonna speak about intelligence.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that I have like the data to back it up for.
Yes.
So one of the characteristics of a successful person is intelligence. As
As an IQ or...
however you want to measure it, intelligence, intellect. The smartest people are males. The smartest people. On average, if you were to pick someone from average, the gender would be female. On average, females are smarter than males. The smartest are males. across the board.
Right.
All the outliers, and there's some females.
Yeah.
But the outliers are males, right?
That's based on
There's-
the sample that's available right now. Yeah.
All males are less likely to be emotional. So have that kind of inclination, that maternal instinct. They're less likely to go on pregnant leave. But there's all these factors that it's more likely for a male to even want to spend 80 hours a week fucking banging their head against the wall in some corporate environment for that financial return, or for for the ability for them to say that they've accomplished something. There's all these reasons why we have these preconceived notions about the way we look at the world, because there's, whether people like to admit it or not, some stereotypes are based in truth. The same way that some jokes have some truth in it. Like things that are funny have truth in it a lot of the time. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't think of a male when you think of female when you think of successful people.
Yeah.
There's reasons that we have these preconceived notions.
You're not
And
wrong.
people always try to say, we need to change this and change that. The only way to change is to change yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not try to change other people.
And that's facts.
You know what I mean?
That's
That
fair.
is-
Yeah, man.
Lead by example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you want to see more successful females in the world as a female, you need to be more successful.
Yeah.
It's the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
Everything else is just your ego telling you, this needs to change. Otherwise, I'm being prevented from
A
success.
victim mentality.
Yeah. And that's scarcity shit.
That's fair. Yeah, I agree with that to a degree. Yes,
Yeah.
but
That's
yeah,
the best.
and I think things are changing in
Yeah, I
that
think so.
order as well. Like you're seeing more and more females popping up in the industry
100%.
and reaching that level that where male CEOs are also sitting there, and it's not just richest female in the world coming off of divorces, but now they're actually making it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff
Jeff
Bezos.
Bezos. Bit of a dig. If
Yeah.
you're listening to this, Jeff. Sorry, man.
You fucking bozo.
This close to the Audible sponsorship, don't fuck it up.
Yeah. Does he own Audible?
Yeah, he owns Amazon.
Is
Amazon owns
Audible?
Audible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
wonder you keep fucking hearing it. Jesus Christ, man. That
Man
guy.
is
He's
he's
Lex Luthor.
cashing in, man.
He's-
The richest, isn't he? By
Nah,
a
Elon
mile.
Musk is
Elon Musk.
Is Elon Musk the richest?
Yeah, Elon's rich.
Oh,
He lapped him last February or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, February, something like that.
What are your thoughts on Elon?
He's an alien, man.
Fuck, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know him. I don't know.
You don't know? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually a very fair answer.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
actually a
Yeah.
very fair
I
answer.
don't- He could be a nefarious goon or he could be a good guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Till you meet him, till you have a drink with him, shake his hand.
Even then, bro,
Yeah.
when you're dealing at that level of success, the mindset.
Yeah, you're always on your best behavior.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He could have like 17 personalities that nobody sees.
Mm.
You know, like
Yeah.
he was like Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
In the movie, he was like, and in real life, according to testimony, he was a fucking an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd tell people what to do, be disagreeable as fuck, like all those things I listed before.
Yeah.
Be a bit neurotic,
Yeah.
and that kind of like self-absorbed is another one that I forgot to mention.
Mm.
There's a little bit of narcissism involved in being very successful,
Yeah.
and that's the type of people. But I forgot what I was literally just linking. Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You just don't know because they're
Yeah.
good, not like the sociopath type energy or the
Yeah.
thing. They're good at being very likable in those situations.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Nightcrawler?
No.
It's a good movie. It's a very good message about the mainstream media, and it's a very good personification of that type of person.
Yeah.
They're very good
Okay.
at
Yeah.
being social on a superficial level. Maybe like an American Psycho
Yeah,
is
yeah,
another
yeah.
example of that.
Like they've got that switch, and then
Who they really are, you would never see,
yeah,
Yeah.
nor would you ever expect.
yeah, like
that's-
politicians as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, politicians. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best example.
Yeah.
When they come out on public and start speaking, there's something else.
Yeah.
And when the cameras are off, yeah, they're just
Who
evil.
knows? Who knows, man?
Yeah.
But at least the politicians do that because they're perceived to be working in the best interest of the people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But like the CEOs, they're working in the best interest of themselves all the time.
course.
Well, and it's in the veil of their company, but it's
Yeah.
just them,
Yeah.
their exposure and reach,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah.
What do you feel about how much these guys are making? Do you have an opinion about it? Because I know
You need to ask specific questions because I need like I don't want to say shit that I don't want to say. You know?
go for it, man.
No. What's like specifically?
Because I've seen a lot of people hate on the fact that how much money these guys are making,
Oh yeah.
and is that fair?
Is that fair?
Yeah. Is that fair? How much money they're making versus what the rest of the world has?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a good question because when you look at it in proportion to the rest of the world, maybe, but also it's the perspective at which you're looking at it from. Always,
Yeah.
with everything, right?
Yeah.
if you're looking at someone and you're saying that's not fair, oh man, damn it, well that means I can't do it anymore. I'm not going to try. You know, but at the same time, they could solve a lot of problems. You know what I mean? So, do I think it's fair? Yes. If they made it themselves, then I feel like that's fair enough. If it comes from
Elon Musk was a trust fund kid, wasn't he?
was he?
But then he worked his ass off.
He
as
did.
well. Yeah,
He did.
He built a few companies.
But, you know,
and
having
shit.
a
He made
couple of
paper.
$1 million to start a business is always something that, you know, helps.
A small loan from my father.
Exactly.
loan.
Small loan from, his...
Well,
You need a Trump one.
yeah. I don't hate on that though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got the
No,
money,
look,
fuck
again,
yeah.
I completely agree with Frank. Like, that mentality of, like, you know, just hating and instantly lowers your vibration because you're coming from a place of lack.
Scarcity. Yeah.
Yeah, scarcity. That's exactly it. But like, look, my like how I view it is like it's not my. I can't control it. It's not my problem.
Yeah.
Like I'll do what I can control.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, do what I can in my means to earn whatever I can.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing, they're doing it. That's fine. But the moment that they, you know, do something that starts affecting my life, that's when it gets personal.
Oh, of course.
So, for example, if we were mandated to install the fucking Elon Musk's Neuralink in our brains by the government,
That's
when
the government. That's not Elon.
True.
It's people with money.
that's true. But if
But
if
they have a
something
lot of
happened-
influence over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when it's like, okay, this is now in my circle of influence. Yeah. From the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, actually, which we're currently reading right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good book, man.
Yeah.
But that essentially that's it. If I can't control it, don't waste time and energy on it.
exactly.
And I think that's something that I've always followed. But having read it in that book was sort of like a reminder, because there's so much shit out there, man. There's like millions of, you know, motivational quotes, but how many do you actually live out in your day-to-day life?
yeah.
How many? You know, it's hard. You need to imprint that on your personality somehow.
Yeah, I think that's. I don't know if it was Psychology of Money or The Compound Effect, that one of the other books. It's talked about the same thing. It was like my world and the world.
Yeah.
And I'm only worried about mine and how the world influences it. And the point then that line is becomes less and less blurry and it's more transparent. That's when it affects me.
Yep. And that actually supports what you were saying before, Frank, about CEOs, you know, just worrying about shit they can't control. Because if Steve Jobs was, you know, worrying too much about Microsoft, he wouldn't have come out with what we have now as the best ecosystem in the world.
That's the flip side of it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you worry too much about what someone else is doing, you're going to be focused more on that than your own shit, and you won't grow yourself.
Exactly. And anyone that's like out there trying to build their own thing and struggling with those feelings, nobody, like say if someone's hating on you for having a certain level of success, nobody above you in success in life, nobody beyond what you've accomplished will hate on you ever.
Yeah.
Because they would know, they see you and they go, oh shit, I've been there and I know what it takes to get there. I know the mentality of someone that is required to
That's a
get
nugget
there.
of truth, man.
Bro, they'll never talk shit to you. It's only the people that are below you, the crabs in the bucket mentality.
It's the tall poppy syndrome as well that exists in this culture, unfortunately. But yeah.
It's because, bro, we're fucking trained to hate each other.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Divide and conquer, man. It's been there since when?
Caesar.
Okay. Yep, Caesar, that's it.
Yeah.
Follow-up question on what you said about helping the world as well with the money. Are they supposed to do it?
Are they supposed to? Morally, no.
Yeah.
Like, if I was to speak as objectively as I could, they don't owe anyone anything.
Exactly. Yep.
But if I was in that position, then fucking oath I would help people.
Oh, 100%. That's you.
Yeah.
That's your personal stuff. Because I remember there was a tweet from one of the guys from the UN that tweeted out to Elon Musk that, oh, you made X amount of money, whatever he meant. He's like, it would only take this portion of your income to cure world hunger. And he turns around and goes, tell me the exact number and I'll donate it. And I don't know where that conversation went, because he tweeted back to him saying, give me the number.
Yeah,
and
so
I'll
he's
do it right
likable
now.
in that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I love him.
Yeah. Elon's.
How do you know it's not his PR team, though?
Exactly.
How do you know it's not his PR team?
Well, if you're out there saying I will donate whatever amount you
fair
tell
enough.
me on Twitter,
Yeah. I mean, and it's Elon as well. The guy,
Twitter is basically a legal document at this point.
Twitter's
It's legally binding.
Yeah.
fucking, it's Elon's playground now. Fucking hell.
Bro,
That
did
guy's
he? Yeah, he
too much
bought it.
power.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That is insane, man.
insane, yeah.
At the same time, people get valuated as like their business gets,
Yeah.
say their net worth is pretty much the sum total of money that their business.
The assets.
Yeah, of the assets, right?
Yeah.
Bro, that doesn't mean he has 100 million, however many
Oh,
millions.
no.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
You're actually right. Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't understand.
Yes,
that.
so
Yeah.
half of it is ignorance
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing's ignorance.
He doesn't have it in
really.
actual cash that, you know,
Yeah,
X
not
billion.
liquid. Yeah.
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 No, 100%.
Yeah, it's the wealth and versus
Exactly.
the money he has in his bank account.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's really wealthy, but he might not be rich.
Yeah,
He might be
exactly.
broke as hell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Difference between
Because I feel like he, and this is my perception. I don't know if this, and this might just be. I'm just gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything like surrounding, like trying to. I don't even know. Cut. All right.
Don't hold back, man. It's
No,
all
no, no.
good.
Because
Yeah.
I always say things, and I need to be more direct when I say things. I feel because I say things and I go, oh, but before I say this, consider this and this and
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
And now I've forgotten what I was gonna say in like originally. Dude, what was the question?
You wanted to say something about Elon and, you know, wealth versus richness. With,
yeah.
So he's a person. I feel like that's more involved, based on my perception, about creating something to help people,
Yeah.
as opposed to making things for his own financial benefit.
He's a problem solver.
Right.
100%.
He
Yeah.
is.
So I feel like
he
sorry, go.
is.
Yeah. Go.
I feel like he is more. He's transfixed not on the money, but on whatever needs to go into the project. Put it in.
Yeah.
His first business, I'm pretty sure it sent him broke.
Yeah, it did.
PayPal
Yeah,
sent him broke.
PayPal sent him broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's empirical evidence, right?
Mm.
So that's
Yeah.
what I'm going off.
Yeah, not even with Tesla for a long time he didn't make any money. It's only until the last couple of years he actually blew up with government actually approving EVs to be out there and obviously now mandating in Australia as well.
What do you mean?
I don't know how true this is, but I've read it in a few places as well that motor companies are being forced to build EVs now. So every company have to build an EV and you have to walk away from petrol and diesel vehicles. So that's why you've got Mercedes doing it.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah.
Lamborghini and Ferraris are actually thinking about picking up a different sort of engine and different sort of fuel as well to be more eco-friendly. But yeah,
There you go, man.
companies are being mandated to completely convert into electric vehicles,
True.
which also explains the knock-on effect on how expensive fuel
Fuel.
is right now.
Yeah.
Fucking.
So it probably won't be exactly why fuel is not expensive because of scarcity, but it's a push
Yeah.
to jump onto EVs because they sort of came hand in hand.
Do you think
It's a conspiracy, but yeah.
Tesla's only doing well because it has first mover advantage?
Yes and no.
And that, you know, once like Toyota comes in with an absolute banger of
Look,
a
Toyota had a hybrid car for
yeah, but
such
it
a
looks
long time.
looks weird, man. It looks
Yeah,
clapped.
Tesla looks like a fucking fish.
I actually rate the Cybertruck look. I reckon
It's
it's
actually,
pretty-
actually not bad.
that-
There's
that's a
something
good
about it, right? There's
Because
something
it looks like
about
a
it.
video game render.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how far it's gonna go, but
Yeah.
it looks. mad.
But you know, do you think? I mean, the guy has established a brand, so everyone will know Tesla. But
I feel like there's people that I don't feel like. I think I've seen, or I would assume that there's been
Yeah.
people who have figured out alternative methods of producing fuel, but because of corporate interests, they've been silenced. Because of like people like the Rockefellers or whatever, the people that the oil industry is a
Yeah.
fucking
yeah.
nefarious, lucrative.
I saw a post the other day about some guy that figured out how to run a car from water.
Water, yeah. I said that. I
Oh,
read
were
that
you
as well.
telling me about it?
There was
Or
one-
I'm
I
not
don't
sure,
know,
but
yeah.
and what happened? The government shut it down, or he
Yeah,
got
the FBI
killed or
knocked
something
him
like
over.
that.
Yeah.
Something
I
crazy
don't want to
like
bring
that.
it up because I don't know.
it's-
There's an
it's-
actual research.
Yeah, we
behind
don't
it.
want to get
Yeah.
murked,
Yeah.
so we're
Yeah,
not
no,
going to
no.
talk about that.
Nah, come and kill me, bro. Yeah. Nah, but I don't think they don't kill anyone anymore.
Anymore.
Not that we
Yeah,
know of.
because it makes them. Yeah, well, yeah. Before you know them, it turns people into martyrs, and that's even more powerful
Yeah,
these days.
yeah,
That's legit what the video I'm
true.
making about is about.
That's a fact.
Death.
That's a good one. Have you
I'll
read
ask you the question after.
Death by? Do you follow Sadhguru or
Yeah.
not much? Yeah. Have you read his death book?
No, I haven't read any of his literature, but
What are your thoughts on him?
on Sadhguru? He's alright.
He's all right.
I'll
Yeah.
kick it with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
He
know,
probably
man.
doesn't drink. But I'd have a drink with him.
Ah man.
No, he doesn't drink. He drinks snake poison, I think.
What do you
Snake
mean?
venom. He drinks snake venom to get
Like a DMT.
to get in a trance.
Oh, like DMT.
So
yeah.
yeah. Well, it's not DMT.
Like
so what
probably
happens?
like paralyzes your muscle or
Yeah.
some shit.
Well, what happens is when you get injected, when you get bitten by a snake, that venom goes inside you, and the reason you die isn't actually because of the venom; it's what it does to your blood.
Oh, clots
So
it. Yeah.
So it makes your blood really thick. It coagulates it.
Yeah.
And obviously it can't flow, so it starts blocking shit. Obviously, your brain and your lungs need blood.
So Sadhguru is like, fucking get me on this, boys.
Man is literally bricked up. No, it's a very little bit, and he did it like live during one of his events, like 24-hour events. He had it, and then he started like meditating. And apparently, when you just coagulate your blood just a little bit, it makes you more sensitive and receptive to certain things.
Yeah.
Obviously, that man knows things that we don't, and given where he is now, he probably knows a lot of things. And when he did that, it helps put him in a trance that makes his whatever he was doing more powerful for him. That's what literally he's like. I don't have any substances except every now and then I'll have some snake venom. Yeah,
to enhance his spiritual,
I don't know what it does, man.
his
I'm
psychic
not sure.
abilities. Yeah,
He talks about it though. If you look up Sadhguru snake
bro,
venom, he
there's
actually makes a video telling you why he does it.
I saw that.
Yeah,
That sounds interesting.
yeah.
But there's declassified FBI documents that speak of communication with, ethereal, otherworldly, psychic entities when they were like testing people with ketamine.
Right.
Have you ever watched Stranger Things?
Yes.
Similar concept. They were putting people in isolation chambers. They were feeding them. They were feeding them hallucinogens, and they were trying to remote view, like ESP type shit, and they were trying to communicate with. I got another quick story for you. They're trying to communicate with. I forget the exact word.
Just other entities from other.
But not of this dimension.
Yeah.
As in not physical at all.
Yeah.
But that's also supposedly, after watching the XXX Tentacion documentary, supposedly he really liked to do LSD and to communicate with demon, not demon, but like entities which you always hear about with the DMT troops with all that stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently one of those, I'm pretty sure this is in the documentary, but I can't remember exactly where I saw it. He talked to this being who said he was going to die prematurely, and he had already accepted the fate that he was going to die. That's why he's so clued into how he knew he was going to die before he died.
Yeah, because he was making tweets like.
He made a whole Instagram live saying, if I get sacrificed or whatever, blame Drake or some shit. Like
Yeah.
some kind of shit.
Oh, that was back when the beef was happening as well,
Yeah. But how crazy is that?
Yeah.
Do you lend any credibility to that?
Well, I'm still very new to the spiritual world.
Doesn't
But I mean,
but-
we've all had experiences with other entities, though. Not like in that sense, but remember you were telling us, you were telling me in private, but your jinn story.
Yeah, sort of. Like in our religion, we believe in.
Yeah, I
jinns.
know what jinns are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a genie, mate. That's where the genie originated.
Literally that, yeah. So we sort of pay respects to them a lot. So we acknowledge their existence.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't talk ill of them, and we don't talk off them. If we talk off them, we shouldn't talk ill of them, basically.
That's it, everyone.
Yeah, and we acknowledge that they are around us and they are actually inhabiting in our houses as well.
It's crazy that we treat those beings better than we treat other human beings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Shouldn't talk ill of them if you don't know them.
Maybe that's why we're not able to talk with them freely, because they know that
'Cause
when
they
they
hate-
come
they
into
see how
the human frequency, they'll be like, bro, we're about to get judged, we're about to get...
Yeah,
Bro.
shit.
Yeah.
Bro, you're actually not wrong.
Yeah, bro. If there was an alien to like come... If aliens were to... If they were real, which I believe they are, but if they were, and they were to come and show themselves, disclosure, we would be like, yuck, what the fuck's that thing on his head, man? Ew. And then we're like, all right, bye, guys. They'd be like, bro, we're trying to like build shit with
Yeah.
you. You guys are fucking monkeys still.
Yeah.
Literally, man, we still are.
We still are, yeah.
But sorry, I fucking...
No, that's fine. Yeah. So basically that, and we've had incidents. Not me personally, but people I know have incidents with them that we've had. Because obviously they're also a family, so you got to have kids. They're mischievous, they're naughty. So incidents where there was this woman who went into this one particular house to clean it up. It's been locked for a long time. So obviously, since we acknowledge jinns live among us, they also live in abandoned places because it's more comfortable for them. So she went in to clean it up because they had a family visiting, and so she got tired, sat on the floor, sat on one of the chairs, and put her hand back to her head. And this is the story with the spiritual leader there. Came out and said the kids actually tied her hands because she couldn't move it for a really long time.
True.
Doctors said she got paralyzed for that particular moment, but when this person, this priest came in and he did his magic, his thing,
His exorcism.
exorcism, and she was able to move around. And
But she like bound?
yeah,
Physically?
like she
Right.
hands.
Was there rope or no?
There was no rope,
okay.
but it felt like a rope because
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
able to move a little bit,
Yeah.
and then but there was resistance.
Back.
Yeah,
A rope from another dimension.
Yeah.
One we can't see. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could be kids holding a hand and
Yeah,
There's
I
a bit
mean,
of resistance
obviously,
there, yeah.
yeah.
So, but then he sort of said, look, you have to acknowledge the fact that they're here and probably being mischievous. They have no ill will, and that's it. Just acknowledge
There's
that and
been
walk
some
away.
cheeky
Yeah.
counts.
Basically that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, all that I do agree with it, that there is another world out there, there's another entity out there, and again, if you're not in the past to actually explore them, don't discount them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What about you, Frank? Have you had any personal experiences or close experiences that you know of?
Bro, so I went through a big conspiracy theory phase on YouTube, consuming all that content.
Yeah.
And I have some channels that I watch that talk about like spiritual walk-ins.
Okay.
How they have,
There's
like-
a walk-in like the being.
yeah,
Okay.
like call it the higher version of yourself,
Mm.
or call it, you know how people associate. Have you ever heard of like the Arcturian, Pleiadian, like the alien races?
Yeah.
Briefly, yeah. They say that. I don't know if this is just like humans being silly. Or
Yeah,
like just,
yeah.
Oh, it's cheeky, it's new me. Like, yeah. But they say they have an old self, like a 3D self,
Right.
Yeah.
and then they have a spiritually awakening experience,
Mm.
whether it be through psychedelic drugs, whether it be through car accident, whether it be through near-death experience, some shit like
Yeah.
that. And then they get, not taken over, but like they integrate with their higher self or something like that, and they're able to fulfill their life's mission or their soul's journey. So I do consume some content like that, and it's weird, bro. Like, cause you don't really know what you're looking at. You're like these people, and like they have reactions. Like, there's this one channel that I watch, and they've gotten someone else involved from their outer circle of fans, and the lady, there's like video of it. The lady, it looks like a literal what they describe in the Bible, like a proper baptism. Like they activate by being in each other's like toroidal field, like their aura.
Yeah.
They activate each other's latent DNA encodings for whatever spiritual. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it because it sounds stupid, but I'm just gonna say it like it's not.
No.
And then they activate and they go like, oh, like they're experiencing some weird thing in
Yeah.
a sober state. They're experiencing just like this
Yeah.
alternate reality,
Yeah.
and it's just like if you're faking this is fucking well done. 'Cause it's not a viral thing or anything.
Yeah.
But you know what this reminds me of? Like in church, some people just will have so much faith that they say like,
Trance,
they're going to trance, like, Jesus is in me and all that stuff, and they start like dropping to the floor and do all that stuff. What if it's something along those lines, and they're actually doing it to themselves?
Could be.
Like, you know how essentially they put themselves in the trance, but no. As humans, we need an external reason for everything. Humans need a reason for everything, logical reason for everything. So they're like, no, it has to be something else. But actually, it was just they did certain things to elevate themselves.
For me personally, though, have I had experiences with? I can't say directly.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were to have one, it would be. I don't know. This is just from me, my opinion. This is not anything based on anything fucking reasonable or logical. But I don't think that would be outrightly, haha, I'm here.
Yeah.
Unless you like take a fuck ton of DMT. I feel like they communicate if they were to through just other things.
Yeah.
But even then, it could just be the version of you that's outside of the dimension of time. Does that make sense? What about you?
Nah, I haven't had any yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking cooked though.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy that you haven't had any like direct to you.
No, not directly.
Yeah. Wow. Well.
But this is not like aliens. This is like spiritual type stuff.
Well,
it is
actually,
spiritual,
on that as well, I remember seeing a piece of content that talked about how, we only have 5 senses: what we see, feel, hear, taste, and smell.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you look at, something like a dolphin, they have another sense, which is, what's that thing with the sonar? They can hear sonar with it. That's another sense, technically. And then when you look at flies, you look at their eyes, they're actually broken down into like little hexes.
Yeah.
And they can see more light spectrums than us.
Yeah.
That's another sense. So if you think about it, we can only see, feel, hear, taste what our senses were made to feel. But there could be something, like, for example, if a dolphin was in this room, he'd probably pick up the sonar from, or the electromagnetic
100%.
frequencies
If he was
from.
in a city, he would be like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, he would. He'd pick up everything, every frequency,
Yeah.
because he has that sense. So there's a lot of shit out there that we can't feel, We can't hear. And you know how, for example, there was a whole thing about the 5G towers, like the birds are dying. You know, it can cause cancer and stuff like that. You can't see it. And look, this is still debated whether it's being proven or not, but it definitely does exist. Like you can't discount it because you can't see it, feel it, or hear it, or smell it. You know. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Big time.
It reminds me of the documentary by David Attenborough, The Year the World Changed.
Yeah.
And he sort of talked about what happened because of COVID. And he goes month by month, each month since COVID started, and its effect on animals, because that's what he does. And there was a part where he was talking about dolphins and baby whales, because they communicate through sonar, and mums wouldn't usually leave the kids and swim away to find food and then bring it back to the kids. Because there were so many ships during the time, they couldn't hear them because they communicate through sonar.
Yeah.
And David Attenborough just there like, yep.
See
if you can find it, buddy.
But since COVID happened and there were less ships in, I think it was Alaska, Alaskan waters, you would have more and more baby whales and them being able to go further away from them to find food and shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gross. Do you know that dolphins are the only other animal organism other than us that get high?
Oh,
yeah.
That, and also they're the only animal that has sex for fun, not for reproductive purposes.
Yeah, that too.
Apart from humans, so
they get on the pufferfish, man.
Go for it, man.
Yeah, dolphins are G's.
Yeah, the toxin in the pufferfish.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
They're just like
If at a low amount, it gets them cooked, and they're just like fucking like.
So that's like a needle. They just inject.
I don't know if that's how they do it through the needle, but probably. But
so they just like eat it and then just spit it out.
I'm not sure exactly how they consume it. I'd have to go and ask.
I'm just imagining a bunch of dolphins like, you want to get some tonight?
Just passing it in a circle.
Yeah.
Spitting it at his mate across him. Yeah, you go, mate.
Legit. And then there's like footage of them just acting a fool, just like circling over.
Oh shit. Fuck, man.
But dolphins have access to something that we do not physically in this material realm have access to.
What is
at
it?
At a level. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, technically, if you think about it, sonar's really close to telecommunication, isn't it?
It's just
very close.
Sort of telecommunication.
Like, in a way.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
In a way.
What are we doing now, bro? We're putting our frequency into this, which is transmuting it into something that can travel into this, which then can travel into this, which then can
travel to our earphones, to our ears. Yeah.
Just because we don't have like we as our monkey brain human selves, we need the ear, we need the sound waves and the sound waves to uptake that information. But if you were to give it to an AI, they wouldn't need sound waves to hear it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. It's like dog whistles, man.
Yeah.
We can't hear shit. They're dying behind you if you blow that.
There's these spiritual people like on YouTube that I watch that reckon that there's, you know how people like scientists say that we have 90% like junk DNA. They reckon that DNA is actually just latent perceptive, like what's it called?
Like stuff we need to activate.
Yeah.
Unactivated DNA.
You were just talking about it.
Telecommunications. Yeah.
They have latent like things that can, like a pineal gland or shit like that. But yeah, that's not an exact science, so don't quote me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
No,
interesting
it
to
makes
think
sense though. I mean,
like,
even the DNA we don't know fuck all about. Like it's just there.
Yeah.
We got the code. We just don't know how to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember in psychology in high school, you learn about untapped genes. Basically, everyone has those genes. Like some people can sleep less because those genes are activated for them.
Yeah.
Some people can't because they don't have those genes. So it's everyone is like their own fucking MMORPG character in a video game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That's how you can think about it. If you want to talk about like the realms above or below us, it's
Yeah.
like to another entity, maybe we're just characters in a video game or people on a TV screen. The same way that we would perceive that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we love to put shit in boxes.
Exactly.
That's it.
It's humans, man.
We don't
Yeah.
let it.
We
go
have a
free.
label for everything, man. Everything. That's fucked.
We still have the monkey brain.
But we need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need the
We need
boxes.
it. You can't run a company without fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
label. Everything needs to be meticulous.
Yeah.
A company
Chaos.
is like a clock. Have you seen that? The Incredibles. Bob.
That was scarily good. That could be a pad on the. That could.
Bro, that'd be a fresh idea if you got like the funny part from like just a sound effect someone had said on your podcast and then just like used it as a reference, like an inside joke.
Yeah.
That'd be funny as fuck.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
that guy was getting mugged. Like, yeah.
I remember you were telling me actually before, you were like, do we have any questions on this podcast? And we said, no, we just sort of go by here and have a chat. And you said you actually have one.
Okay, yeah. So the video that I'm doing next, it's going to be a public video. I'm going to go out in public. Like, have to go and do it. Not have to, I want to. But it's just like a bit
Get out
of
of your comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly. So the question is, what is it? It's about, the video is about death. And the question is, if you were to die tomorrow, would you be satisfied with your life so far?
This is a question to us.
This is what I'm going to ask everyone. So what I'm going to do is, actually, I'm not going to explain it. You can see it when it comes out. That's the question I'm going to ask.
Yeah, shit, man.
And then the follow-up questions that come to it. Like,
yeah. Oh, so you want us to answer and then?
Yeah, go.
All right.
What's your best
I'm going to go first?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man, I'd say I'm pretty satisfied. Obviously, I'd want to do more. But like, am I happy right now? Yeah.
Why?
I feel like I'm in a good place right now. And actually, we touched about this on, I think it was podcast 2 or 3. We talked about happiness is equal to expectations minus reality. And right now, my reality is it's better than what I expected. So just based off that alone, if I was to go right now, I'm happy. But if you were to ask me that in a year or two, reality might be, way, way less under what I expect and not happy. But just knowing that itself, that, right now, and that's happiness, you're not happy for, your whole fucking life, because what's the point? You're not going to experience shit. You're not going to learn or grow.
Yeah.
Happiness is a wave. And right now I feel like
I never said happiness though. I said satisfaction.
Oh, did you?
You conflated happiness and satisfaction together.
Oh shit! Well,
that's what people do.
No, that's a good pickup though.
Yeah.
That's
good listener.
Damn, that's
Good
a very
listener.
good pickup.
I love that.
Oh shit, that's another topic.
Yeah.
This is like those goosebumps moment where, fuck, you just unlock something.
Yeah.
Yo, but
That's like why I like the question.
happiness and satisfaction. I mean, inherently, I think, right, as well, just because, just going all the way back to gender.
Go.
We know that females, and this has been proven by science, care more about home building, family, and they tend to have more of that EQ.
What's EQ?
Emotional intelligence.
intelligence.
Whereas males care more about accomplishment and achievement.
Things.
Things. That's
Things
it.
versus people. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They care more about people. We care more about things and achieving things.
Yeah.
So for me, I would say satisfaction comes from achievement and, essentially achievement and what I have. And that basically leads to happiness. Just literally just diving deep into myself now and asking myself, why is satisfaction related to happiness? I think it can go back to the coding of, being a male, meaning that I'm, obviously I still love people and don't just like achievement,
It's a
like
balance.
fuck people.
Yeah,
I want,
exactly.
I just want
Where
like,
you lean more.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
I think genetically wired, I think satisfaction and happiness go hand in hand, and it's hard to be satisfied and unhappy, or happy and unsatisfied.
Yeah, not mutually exclusive.
It's hard, very hard to draw a line between them and put them apart, because usually they come hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About you?
Yeah, I was sort of thinking in the back of my head, what would I answer? But I feel like for the most part, I'll be satisfied
Yeah.
dying tomorrow.
Why?
'Cause I would probably narrow it down to a couple of things. Obviously, things, materialistic stuff, so goals, happiness, goals, achievements, and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
If I had to put a full stop today, and considering,
Because you never know, bro. It could be around the corner.
yeah. Are you threatening?
Literally get shanked when I walk home.
Could be on the corner.
Yeah, the cup starts like smoking, like in the Batman.
Yeah, so if you were to put a full stop today, and then considering all the other factors of who I am, where I am, and how old I am, and I think I've done pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's achievement part done. And then when it comes to relationships and me as a human being, again, I feel like I've done enough considering how long I've lived so far. So no grudges with anyone. No one hates me, not that I know of. But for the most part, I haven't done wrong by anyone, and I've had a pretty good romantic relationship, good relationship with the mom and dad,
There you go.
with the siblings. So again, no regrets going away.
That's good. Yeah.
Money wise as well, done pretty good.
Yeah.
And experience wise as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, traveled a bit, eaten well,
Yeah.
done a few shit,
Yeah.
worn well, went out and I had good friends as well.
Yeah. There you
So
go.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
man.
if it had to
around.
happen tomorrow, I feel like I'll go out pretty happy,
Yeah.
pretty Are you satisfied? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Frank?
I don't know. But the reason why I asked the question is because when you actually, because I thought about it, I was like, fuck. The initial thought was, why do we care so much when people who are really big die? Like, why do we create martyrs? Why? And I kind of boiled it down to the fact that we project what we want onto other people. Like, we project what we see onto other people. But personally, bro, it's so hard. I don't know why it's so hard for me to just like remember what I've just been talking about. Like, I'm like a sober person.
You have so many
I don't-
thoughts in your head.
Yeah.
Actually, I get that a lot
it's
as well.
hard,
like,
man. It's hard.
the thoughts just keep coming, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, that one
It's
just
like
went
when I
by."
record a video, I just spew all this,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
have to piece it together in the editing software to make sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But when you ask the question, you actually it's pretty much analogous to asking the question, "What do you want?" People, when you say, "What do you want?" they don't know. You kind of have to be strategic about how you ask things to get people to tell you what they actually want.
Yeah.
If I was to tell you you're going to die tomorrow, are you satisfied? That's basically asking them, "Fuck, have I gotten what I really wanted out of this life?" And for the most part, I feel like
a
people
bit of a
don't.
trigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because and also they also conflate it with happiness because it's almost like we're happy like dopamine all the time in society. It's like, fuck, when I'm not experiencing pleasure, I'm not happy. That's what we've attached with happiness is the pleasure aspect. I feel like a well-rounded, or just a better word to describe it would be content. Am I content with where I am and who I am, my relationships with others, stuff like that. But me personally, if I was to die tomorrow, I think I have a lot more potential to give to this world, bro.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But considering who you are right now, that the question is not what you could have done.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
you are right now. Like,
Yeah.
do you reckon you've done enough where you are right now?
Yeah. No.
Your potential is a lot more, and it will get unlocked as you go. It's levels, right?
Yeah.
But
no, I just have a vision for it.
yeah, of course,
because I can see my own potential.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah.
I know that kind of sounds egotistical, but it is what it is.
I mean, to be a good CEO,
Yeah, no,
you
fuck
got
that
it,
shit.
man.
Nah, I can let other people do that. I don't really want to be.
Yeah.
I want to be like just free, like
A CEO of your own life.
yeah.
You know?
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a
CEO,
good
it's too
question.
funny. It's
though.
too corporate, bro.
It is.
Yeah.
It is
I
corporate.
don't
I
want to be
mean,
a CEO of my own life. What, chief executive officer of my own fucking life?
Well,
It's
technically,
fucking
we
tags, man. It
If you
makes
think
no
about it,
sense.
if you break it down, they're just executive officer. They execute shit, so
Yeah,
they do shit.
exactly.
It's a way of
Doer
saying
of stuff.
he's doing shit.
Yeah.
He's
Damn, I
doer
want to
of
be the
stuff.
doer of stuff of that company, bro. Yeah, exactly. Plus, the people that actually made the company are
Yeah.
usually out of the picture by the time CEOs even like you want to be that.
yeah.
Literally,
You
yeah.
could have founders and CEOs.
You wanna be the
and
founder,
They're
yeah.
nowhere near each other.
100%, exactly, because they're different, completely different
Yeah.
mindsets. One of them is like a very heavily creation and destruction mindset. The other one's a maintaining. If you look at the astrological cycle, this is a weird example, I know, but you have like, or even just seasons in general. You have seasons of creation, seasons of destruction, and seasons of sustenance.
Spring, winter, and
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And that's like in our behavior patterns as well. But on your point, I wanted to say before about like the feminine. You said what did you say? Like females care about
so
people.
feminine,
people and
the female
things.
sort of DNA.
Yeah.
I'd say the core is more geared towards nurture.
Yeah,
Whereas
exactly.
the male is more geared towards achievement and you know, just achievement and getting stuff and
material. Yeah. So I would like to tweak it because gender's a weird thing these days. I don't know why people find it so fucking hard.
yeah.
But anyway,
So now
let's
can
stay
of
away from it.
worms.
Let's say
Yeah.
feminine and masculine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people even then, if you say feminine and masculine, people be like, oh, masculine means male.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the
we
energies,
all have
man.
exactly. Thank you very much.
The
It's in
energies,
language.
the
It's in
energies.
everything, right?
Yeah.
You can be a feminine man.
Exactly right. Some people
Man,
like
you
the
solve
general-
gender. You just solve
Exactly.
gender. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Greta Thunberg, hello.
Yeah, legit. Come and fucking suck me. Yeah, no.
Hey, McGregor.
Cut. Bruh. That's what you call it. That's funny as fuck. Alright, but yeah, so we're born as a male.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like, and don't get me on exact numbers, right? But from my opinion, I would say if you're a male, it's more, the average male would have 60% masculine inclination, 40% feminine. And when I say masculine, I mean aggressor, like completer,
Go
things that
getter.
are, exactly, things that are, things that eventuate in getting the things, right? when I say feminine, mean things that eventuate in pertaining to relationships or maintaining relationships. Sorry. So all these things. That's why on the feminine side of things, it's more emotional. It's more this. It's more that. Because those pertain to relationships. If you're going to be 100% masculine, and this is what I'm talking about, like this is the archetypal CEO, high level masculinity. Even if you're a female, because most of those females that are high up, they'll be very similar to the males high up because they all have high masculinity.
Yes, masculine energy. Yeah, you're not wrong at all.
That's what I think. I
And,
don't know,
and you're completely right. Not
makes
all
sense.
women are, fully emotional and whatnot. Some
Exactly.
women are very, very,
Straightforward,
like you said,
logical, rational.
they have that masculine energy. Yeah, you're not wrong at all.
And we've tied it to gender because it's a weird thing. Like
Yeah.
it is really weird when you think about it. We're assigning.
Well,
it's a binary
again, we
assignment.
need a label for everything, man.
Yeah.
Every fucking thing in gender now.
Yeah.
That's something else.
Yeah. And then people get
Don't
people
want to
get
get cancelled.
nah, fuck that, bro. Just say what you want. This is another
No,
fear.
I know,
Fuck that
I
shit.
know.
But yeah, then you get the people who are like the hyper feminine males who get like kind of bullied in a way. Those would be like your homosexuals,
Yeah.
things of that nature. I don't know. Anyway, and then that's the problem. That, like you said with the gins, that's how we should fucking be with everyone.
Yeah.
We accept that they're there. We don't have to talk shit about
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That still blows my mind how we're more, we're kinder
Respectful.
to people that we can't see, or things that
Things
we,
that
we
we
can't
can't see,
experience and see than your neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Bro, when I took these earphones out, I was like, it's so weird, bro.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Wish I could live in this world.
Legit.
It's so good.
Yeah,
so good.
it's like
Maybe with Neuralink.
nah, fuck that. I'm never getting no Neuralink, bro. We have Neuralink. We just can't use it because we're silly people.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we have organic
Neuralink.
timeline. We have organic DNA that allows us to communicate with things like this. They're built into our system.
Yeah, 100%. I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
yeah, untapped genes.
That's it, bro. That's the shit that the DMT activates. It doesn't activate anything. It just fucking releases a certain neural pathway that lets you. But maybe I'm talking shit.
Everything is a synapse, isn't it? Every synapse gets connected, and that's the way you do things.
Have you seen Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
like the new one,
Yeah, we did together.
Multiverse?
Oh yeah, we
Madness?
did. We went to Yarraville.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you notice how whenever like the demon lady was meditating and traversing different universes, it was exactly looking like she was going through different synapses.
Thoughts.
Synapses.
Oh yeah.
The visual and like everything
neurons in
pertaining
her
to-
brain.
Everything pertaining to the multiverse looks like a synapse, and then even you've got that photo of like what we can like a synapse, and
Yeah.
then what we perceive as the universe as of right now. It's like it looks very similar to a synapse.
Do you remember
What if
that?
I
So
just-
when the Red Witch
We'll show you.
was like meditating and going in that stance where she was trying to find the
Yeah,
universe,
Oh yeah.
it was like the little like
Bubbles. Yeah.
looked like
DNA
synapses in the
yeah.
brain. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a
And that's just like a creative expression, but the conscious field is the same thing that we draw our thoughts from.
Do you know what's another thing I've actually discussed with someone before? I forgot who it was. But essentially, like every idea that someone gets for a movie, that idea doesn't just come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Yes, okay, there's some movies about some really far-fetched shit out there. But like, how does an idea actually like manifest itself? How did someone, create this alien or that monster to the T? Okay. Some people are really creative, but it's like it's to the point where it's like they have experienced it before, or they have something gave them that knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's some of the shit that's created out there, and that's why I think like people that have that creative mind and have unlocked something, they're getting this information from somewhere, because to be able to do that is just something that's insane. It's crazy. Not just that, with paintings as well, and just to be able to put something physically. Just based off what mentally the image is in your head is just a skill.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
The way I describe it is that your thoughts or everything that you see comes from a thought, right? There's nothing apart from nature,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
just what I would call God.
Yeah.
We all need some sort of point of reference for everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the same place that your creative expression, your thoughts, the same place where the future is created. The same place. Because what do you do to create, to manifest things into reality? It starts with your intention, and it goes up into your rational mind, and you think about it thought wise, and then you materialize it with your little monkey fingers and shit, like making it.
Yep.
And then it's expressed into the world. And all that is just like a big group of things that is everything that can ever happen ever. And we're all drawing from that. Creative collective consciousness type shit. You need to suss the
No, you're not wrong.
100th monkey effect. It's fried.
Is that a theory?
Yeah, I'll get it up because I'm really bad at explaining.
Yeah. While he's doing that, I mean that makes sense because if you think about it, right, we all have a vision. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and for some reason that vision is just clear in your head. You can see it.
Fair, yeah.
And having that vision is nothing that is not physical.
It's just your point of reference where
exactly.
you want to be. Yeah.
And you'll carry that out in the. So everything manifests itself first in the spiritual world. It's not even mental. I'd said spiritual first, and then it's mental, and then it becomes physical. That's you. For example, let's say right now, I had a thought about wanting to
Sucking toes.
wanting to suck a toe. All right, let's put it that way. The thought would have come from somewhere else, and then it's in my head like I want to suck toes, and I'm actually going to go and suck toes,
Like some Inception shit.
which is crazy because think about all the thoughts that are fucked up that people have, but they never do. You know?
That's the shadow self.
Yeah,
That's like
like sucking toes.
yeah. That's like the repressed side of our psyche. Like if you were talking to young.
Do you think that's healthy?
I think you need to integrate it, otherwise it'll put you in a headlock and choke you
I
out.
think so too.
Yeah.
I don't think there's someone. I mean, there might be saints out there that only have good thoughts, but like,
No. Fuck those.
I'm not saying I'm a devil,
Saints
by
are
any
the-
means, but like,
No. The saints are
Yeah.
the people that have integrated the most of their shadow.
oh,
That's why they have to reject all their possessions and shit. They have to kill their ego, literally. They have to destroy their ego. And in anything that serves their ego, they get rid of. Material possessions, relationships, all that type of stuff. But the 100th monkey effect is a hypothetical phenomenon in which a new behavior or idea is spread rapidly by unexplained means from one group to all related groups once a critical number of members of one group exhibit the new behavior or acknowledge the new idea. So what it is that there's these monkeys. It's like some Joe Rogan edit. Anyway, they learn they're isolated by an environmental barrier. And on one side of the barrier, they learn a new skill. Say it's like bashing something with a hammer. If enough of those monkeys on one side learn to do it, then spontaneously, it's like this phenomenon that the monkeys on the other side start to relatively quickly. They start to like one of them gets it, and then they all just like they all get it somehow. Don't know if it's exactly
like it's a collective brain,
sound.
not just one brain.
Yeah, that's why I talk about the collective consciousness.
Right.
We're all drawing from one, and if you that's just God. If you really think about it, the thing that we all return back to. When we fucking.
So for example, the director that created Avatar with the blue people and the big tree.
The blue people.
That,
You know, bro, it's a new form of racism.
blue people. Yeah, no. I mean that it was such an. Oh, that was actually one of my favorite movies as well. Such a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't usually rewatch movies, but that movie I rewatched more than 10, 15 times,
Yeah,
man.
that's a good one.
But that movie he created, like everything from the world, the interactions, the animals, the trees, it just looked like it's not something that you just come up with.
Exactly.
You know, that had to be somewhere in the collective consciousness, as we call it. Maybe
What if the blue people is the spiritual realm?
it could be.
What if it is?
I mean,
Because what do we do?
that tree is the tree of life.
It was
isn't
an
it,
alternate
in a way?
reality. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But how did the human get there?
Oh, they went through
How did he
the.
assimilate with the blue people?
Yeah.
He had to
shit.
remotely control it
Yeah.
in his little human mind.
Yeah. Go into that
That's
chamber.
what-
Yeah.
Yo,
That's what the concept
yeah,
of like
yeah,
a
yeah.
walk-in would be like when I was talking about before.
That
man.
makes sense.
Like some Matrix shit.
Yeah,
Get up
yeah,
out
yeah.
of the pod and then you're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Literally the pod because they go in
Exactly.
the pod and
Exactly.
wow.
And that's what like when you see movies like, have you seen Everywhere, Everything? All at Once?
Yeah, we saw it recently.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that
It's a head fuck, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Our previous guest,
Our previous guest said that he was his favorite movie of
one
all
of his
time.
favorite movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit, yeah.
I mean, his other favorite
No,
movie was
yeah.
The Dictator by.
There you go. Mate, you can't fucking fault it. Makes you laugh, man.
Josh, if you're listening to this, we always shout him out, man. Fuck you.
Bruh.
No, but yeah, what were your thoughts on that movie?
Everywhere.
As someone creative as well, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I just think that it's a truism that, I don't know if that's a word, but that there's a base reality, which is the first reality to figure out that there was other realities.
Yeah.
Like if you're on some multi-dimensional shit, like the first reality that got the CERN particle thingo,
Oh, yep.
and then they created a little fucking rip in the space time continuum, and they were like, look through it. They go, oh shit, there's other guys out here, and then all of a sudden it became a race to control all the other realities because they realized that if one thing is being expressed, like if there's a majority of realities that are expressing one thing, that means like the 100th monkey effect, all realities will start to do it, will express it because we're all interconnected. It's like, it's not even like that far-fetched of a thing because every time you make a decision, you create another split in the timeline type shit.
Do you think the 100 monkeys principle is can be attributed to humans as well, to us?
Yeah, it's just the name of the principle is just monkey, but it's
Right.
like just talking about collective
What's an example of that
in us,
happening? Yeah.
like Mandela effects.
Okay. Yeah.
But like in terms of skills or something, I don't know. Like they usually
Because with media now, you could easily have
Exactly.
a 1,000 monkey effect, man.
Exactly.
10,000 monkey effect.
exactly, and that's why it's
And they
that's
can
why it's
manifest it like that.
exactly
Yeah.
fucking exactly because have you ever, I'm sorry to reference all these movies, but have you ever watched
it helps us like get an understanding. It's like an analogy.
Yeah.
exactly, but I'm just like the guy that fucking constantly references me.
No, but that's fine. man.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Good way of
Wonder
understanding.
Woman 2.
Haven't seen
Haven't
that
watched
one.
that,
No.
So basically, what she does in that movie is
Yeah.
what the premise is around. It's basically they find this effectively like a philosopher's stone, which is something that when you grab it, you get whatever you want from it. And
It's like the book in in Doctor Strange. That book, that
The
gives you
Devil
everything.
book, yeah.
oh yeah,
But
fuck,
the
I
stone
didn't even
instead.
connect that. Yeah, but I just thought of more like the
There's
Harry Potter.
so many movies like that. Oh, this one stone will give you everything.
Yeah. I feel like it's
Oh,
real, bro.
the same thing as the fucking gauntlet
Yeah.
from Thanos.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, lost my train of thought. There. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Oh man,
bruh.
get rid of that patch. We'll just get Frank to do all of them.
Legit. Bah.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah,
but-
so the race is. Oh, sorry. So the guy touches it, takes it. This guy that's like like the antagonist, and his mission. He has to. He can only. So everyone gets one wish from the thing. It's you only get one shot at it because you
Okay.
give it. That's the interaction with the object.
yeah.
So he can hijack other people's wishes. If they wish it upon him, it's like, don't you wish that I had $1 million right now? And they go, yeah, of course. But what the fuck are you talking to me for? Like, then the stone will like recognize that as the thing, and it'll go. In that movie, he uses like the mainstream media
Yeah.
to get that like he figures it out like halfway through the film. That like, oh shit, I can do it over the internet. Oh my fucking god!
Yeah.
Like if I get people to focus their attention on a certain thing,
Wish,
it will
yeah.
manifest. Like it will have to because that's what it is, bro. It's thought first, then action,
Yeah.
then manifestation. Yeah,
Oh, for sure, man. And I mean, we've seen so many. COVID, for example, I would say is one of the examples of that.
yeah, bro.
COVID, BLM, any movement that gets televised, any bullshit that gets televised. You know, they just get the masses talking about it like that.
Yep.
Ukraine,
but the
Russia
thing is-
war.
sorry, go. Yeah.
Oh no, you go.
Like, if you were calling like you said, cut. All right. Right. Fucking.
I'm not cutting shit, man.
We are
Like
wrong.
it is bullshit, all that shit,
Yeah.
until the point where it tips over and it's actually real.
Because we manifest into reality.
Exactly right. We give it our conscious
Yeah.
consent.
You would think that's very close to mass hysteria.
Yeah, as in COVID was.
No, what are you trying to explain? The 100 monkey effect. Hysteria is a bit of a
Yeah,
far-fetched term. Yeah,
I
but
think
yeah.
initially it's not real until that phenomena occurs, and then it is real
Yeah.
because it's now it's a thing.
Yeah.
Now you can't go outside without.
Yeah. You remember that Netflix documentary on that family that killed themselves?
The Barari
the
deaths. Yeah. Have you heard about that?
No.
Well, we'll give you a little 30-second rundown. So basically, it's called the Barari Deaths, House of Secrets. This
Is it the religious cult?
Not religious.
It's the family.
The family of 8 that committed mass suicide in their home because they believed that they were doing a ritual to essentially ascend their souls or something along those lines.
Ascend their souls.
Ascend their souls. But it just turned out that the man of the house, because in India it's a very patriarchal society. So
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
one has a man of the house.
Yeah.
That man of the house was essentially either bipolar or something along those lines, and they were all following him for advice. But essentially, he came into power when the granddad died, and the elder is usually the man of the house. The granddad died, and the guy realized, oh shit, now that he's dead, I can actually be the man of the house.
Bro, that's a good system.
But the way of doing that is he actually tried to speak like, the granddad, and even said shit his granddad would say, and basically acted like the granddad. And this is a pivotal part that I missed. The guy didn't speak for 6 months straight because he had a traumatic
3 years.
3 years straight.
So he quit speaking for 3 years. I think he had a near-death experience. Someone tried to burn him alive.
Yeah.
So he sort of like shut up talking, and then the granddad dies, and then he wakes up one morning and just starts talking after 3 years, 4 years, and he's talking like the granddad, acting like the granddad, and commanding like the granddad. He was sort of this personality who didn't ever, first of all, never spoke, and then also was never the alpha of the house. But now he's like controlling shit like the father would, and making decisions for the daughters and the mothers and the wives and the brothers as well. And whatever he's saying as well, the family's thriving. They've got 2 shops now, and the daughter's getting married.
He's the toxic male of the family, basically.
Pretty much. So, and what he would do instead of actually speaking out, he would write it on a notebook and put it under the temple. That usually in Hindu houses they would have small temples in the house, where they would go and worship,
prayer sort of areas.
So, and because the family was spiritual and religious as well, they would every morning everyone would be there. So that he would put this notebook there with all the instructions for the day, and the whole family would follow it to the T every single day. They wake up. Part of the routine was open the notebook and see what granddad or Baba,
quote unquote granddad,
what they would call them Baba, is what they will follow. And they will do it, and then they were thriving until finally the instruction was to kill themselves, like hang
commit
themselves,
that ritual,
commit suicide.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and
bro, there's one part of me that's like, oh shit, this guy knows something that we don't know.
Yeah.
Or the other part is like, bro, this is what happens when you don't think for yourself.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It was a very open-ended. It's a documentary, so it doesn't have an
figured
agenda.
out what the fuck happened.
But it basically was. This is either like a supernatural issue or a mental health issue, which is mental health isn't really prevalent in India. Obviously, it's still like a developing country, so it doesn't have that. They're still figuring out shit that are on like the 3rd or 4th level of the Maslow's hierarchy. So they haven't even.
That's what I always say. Like
that level
it's
of
like a developing country, right?
It is.
Bro, people in developing countries
they don't have mental health.
do not give a fuck about.
But
mental
then
health.
again, I mean Nadim as well. We both grew up in a developing country. I grew up in Mauritius.
India.
He grew up in India. So if depression wasn't even a thing, man,
Like
if you're feeling like shit, just go for a run or go kick a ball or do something. And do you know what?
I would get slapped, but yeah.
And do you know what? It did the job.
exactly, bro.
It did the job.
Fucking bro, legit. You got all these little like 13-year-olds on TikTok.
Yep.
Like, oh, I'm depressed today.
Bro,
what are you talking
and
about?
people love throwing that word around.
exactly.
Depression is a
I've seen depressed people. I've seen bipolar
depression is
people.
glorified.
Like, yeah,
Depression
Exactly.
is glorified, man.
Exactly.
it's glorified. Yeah, like you have to be depressed now to make it
Yeah.
in the world. That's what I talk about. Coming back to
Which
the first
also
topic,
links
sob
to
stories.
the LinkedIn. Yeah,
Yeah,
LinkedIn
sob
story.
stories.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're full circle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's great. Like success is connected with sob stories now. Like you're not going to have focus on you unless you had a tough journey. Like in a lot of podcasts, Bav and I have discussed that my personal journey has been fucking smooth as hell. Like my brother supported me when I came to Australia. My mum and dad paid for part of my expenses as well, and a lot of support. Very little struggle. There was struggle running a business, but nothing to sob story, LinkedIn posting type shit.
Yeah,
But
same
I
as
feel
me,
like,
bro. Same as me.
yeah, I feel like I'm just fucking. I'm not part of the crowd anymore.
Yeah.
Because everyone's trying to be relatable,
Yeah,
but they're copy pasting relatability when
Exactly.
and they don't realize the entire reason.
Powerful phrase. They're copy pasting reliability.
Relatability.
Relatability. Sorry, that is
The whole thing that started relatability is that someone is being authentic. That someone actually said the truth, and everyone was like, "Shit, this guy's not lying."
Yeah.
Because they're so used to hearing bullshit all the time.
Yeah.
But then obviously people copy paste that, and then all of a sudden.
And
it's
again,
called being depressed.
those sob stories, inspiration only gets you so far, man. At the end of the day, it's discipline. You know, we can be inspired to do a podcast. You can be inspired to make a YouTube video. But at the end of the day, you said yourself, it has to be one video a week. We try to do one podcast a week.
I saw the analytics when we didn't post last week. Nothing, no growth.
No growth.
It was stuck at like that, whatever number it
I
was
never
at.
said in one video a week.
Oh, what were you saying? One video.
No, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh, did you say you said something about like you want to post every week at least, or
When?
I don't know. You said something.
Gaslight.
If you didn't say it, you got to do it now.
Amber Hearded this man. Sorry.
legit.
Yeah.
Nah, I
Okay,
think.
but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, definitely.
yeah.
There's a fucking benefit to doing
Yeah.
to being consistent.
Yeah.
Consistency. That's it. Inspiration is like good to light the fire,
Yeah.
but to keep it lit, you need to actually show up and
Yeah.
do your part. Like what happens when that sob story inspires someone, then they're like, oh, then they go back, reverse back to how they were before because
Yeah, that's what.
and it ties into that dopamine rush that
Yeah,
Frank was talking about. Yeah.
That's sort of what David Goggins said as well in his book, Can't Hurt Me. It's like, it's, when you're going to have the perfect day, you're going to be inspired, you're going to go out on a run. It's like, I'm going to fucking look at you when it's snowing outside, your favorite TV show is on, and I'm going to ask you it's inspiration and discipline. So if you go out on a run on that day, you were disciplined. Your inspiration's gone away. It's out the fucking window.
Yeah. And that's the difference between the successful and the non-successful. Even though that's like a fucking paradigm that's just really serves no purpose. The people that get shit done are the people that do what they need to do, regardless of how they feel. Because normal, like a majority of
100%.
people just feel shit, so they don't do shit. But in a developing country, you can't do that because otherwise you just can't. You're gonna get fucking eaten alive. Yeah, you'll die.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think most and some of the happiest people are some people that have nothing.
Exactly.
Like villages that are just chilling, doing their day to day. Laborers, cultivators, farmers.
My mum and dad went back to their parents' village.
Yeah.
So we literally we've got cities in third world countries, and then the
Yeah,
next thing
I
is
know
village,
India's fucked like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my family's from Bihar, and so my grandfather from my mum's side has a farm, and corn and rice and maize and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
That's good as bro. That'll be elite.
oh yeah, he's enjoying he's way past his 80s and 90s and he's chilling. And big family, big house, nothing fancy.
Of course.
But my parents went during COVID and they said no one gave a fucking shit.
Exactly.
It's like they have to work to eat, not work to have savings or make bank.
Yeah.
They literally have to work to eat. And if they don't show up today to do their manual labor job, they'll be fucked.
They don't get a payout from the
Yeah,
government.
exactly.
To shut up.
There's no government.
Yeah.
They're not looking after them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's the fucking law of the jungle, man.
Yeah, literally.
We're so detached from it.
It's
that we
funny, isn't
feel
it?
Like we have to like
How shit was so simple, we just made it harder.
exactly. Yeah. Most
And,
of the time, it is the simple.
This reminds me of a famous line from Naval Ravikant: "If you want answers to ancient solutions, ancient problems, look at ancient solutions."
Yeah.
Facts.
So, for example, people are
Naval.
trying to solve very, very basic things that have been solved 10, 20, 30,000 years ago, but they're trying to solve it now. Just look back at what they were doing and do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Based. That's fucking exactly right. Naval's, I like Naval.
Naval's good, man. And what I love about him as well is he's very similar to you in the sense that he doesn't like followers. He just gives and just wants to
Exactly.
build that in people as well. And he teaches mental models and concepts, which I love. He doesn't say, get up and do this specific thing, because that won't work for everyone. you know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Some people need like a roadmap,
Exactly, yeah.
especially when you fall. You know.
Yeah.
Because you know why also? Because the family unit is under like extreme attack.
Yeah.
It's no longer cool to have a family. It's not a thing that you do anymore.
Yeah.
Or that you strive for, unless you're religious.
Everything is down to dollar value now.
Yeah.
Every kid is a number.
Yeah.
Every wife, every partner is a number. Yeah.
Yeah. The cost of everything but the value of nothing, mate. Yeah.
Man,
Man, clean these.
this man
pads.
has dropped parables after parable. Oh, man.
That's like a Jay-Z lyric, bro.
He should have said that. It's a Frank lyric now.
Yeah, legit. But that's some shit that Naval would say. Like,
Yeah.
'cause, bro, most of the time it is the simple shit. Like, people want all these fucking long-winded answers because they think their problems are so big. And when somebody just sits there and says, no, just don't fap, all right? Stop fapping, bro. Stop looking at the pixels.
Yeah.
Dopamine, your brain is not
Stop.
healthy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's what it is, man.
What it is.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But they won't be able to, they just physically cannot accept that the fucking answer is so simple.
Yeah.
It's just, but most of the time the simple things are the hardest things.
Oh.
Like going to the gym
Facts.
3 times a week for 8 months. It's simple
Yeah.
action, but to repeat it is fucking hard. To like complete this, like the 8 months of that shit
man.
is fucking difficult. So
But again, like Bav said, it's been made so fucking complex now. Like, you got to do your chest and your back and your tricep and all that fucking nonsense. Like, no one just says fucking go and just do it.
Work it out.
Just do anything, do everything, and just come back. Just stay there for fucking 45 minutes and come back.
Yeah.
But now you got to do cardio on one day, and you don't know what the fuck to do next.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you're like, fuck that shit, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
On top of that, again, there's diet, and then within diet, there's 17,000 different fucking things you can do: keto, meto, deto, veto, fucking carb cycling, fucking all that shit, man. At the end of the day, it's just about surplus or a deficit. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But they've just made it so hard, and it's, you know, oh, go to this right now. He has a fucking 360, 70 NVIDIA graphics card diet. Like, what the fuck, man? What does this even mean?
Yeah, exactly, bro. And
Like,
because I think it's because people just have lost the fucking ability to
eat
think
less
for
to lose
themselves.
weight, eat more to build muscle,
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
and go to the gym.
Yeah, but not like unhealthy foods.
Yeah.
But people just want to be told what to do.
Yeah.
People just want to be like,
Well, that's why we have followers now.
Tell me how to do it.
that
Followers,
again links
yeah,
back to your
literally,
point
yeah.
from earlier.
Exactly.
Followers.
This is a follower society.
Exactly, bro.
We want someone to follow.
Exactly. We need.
We need someone to follow, man. Shit. We all have daddy issues.
Until you become the bubba, like you don't think about that
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then when you
man.
get there, you're like, oh fuck. Like this is what happens. Like everyone puts all these things like on the leaders.
Yeah.
Fuck the politicians. Fuck the Illuminati. Fuck the Rockefellers. All the
Yeah.
richest people.
Yeah.
Bro, do you know how hard it is to fucking lead people
Yeah.
when you have no idea what the fuck you're doing yourself?
Yeah, man.
Under
Well,
a microscope non-stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
God, no.
running a business would be like a bit of a taste of that, wouldn't
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It's like you probably have people that are under you and like you have a problem and they're like, okay, they expect you to know the answer and then you just gotta be like, all right, that's what it is. Like
Yeah.
you learn and you get to the point where you're like, okay, this is how you should do it. But you're making it up on the spot effectively.
Yeah, pretty much. Most of the time, yeah.
But they think to them, it's like, oh, this guy's been through this before. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like there's a set roadmap.
And they
Yeah.
look up to you like fucking you just fucking solved
Well
all
done,
the
guy.
problems in the world. Literally.
Yeah.
They look up to you like,
Yeah, legit.
all right, man, take it easy. We'll just sum all on an Excel sheet. Take it easy.
Exactly. Oh,
I just put borders on this shit.
Oh man, yeah, crazy, man.
that's a pisser.
Yeah.
Crazy
But
stuff.
yeah. But I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing.
Oh, it's not. Hell no.
I mean, it is and it isn't because there's on one end of the spectrum, we're getting like as a population, we're getting taught to not be leaders, to be followers, and that's why things like the family unit is under attack. That's why spirituality is under attack. Like I had an interview with an editor for a pretty popular YouTube channel that I follow. You ever heard of Sneeko?
I don't think so.
He's just like some YouTuber. Anyway, he's pretty good though. He's like one of my inspirations
Yeah,
for YouTube specifically. And he was saying that everybody talks shit about he's Muslim, I think Muslim. Yeah. Everybody talks shit about all the tenets in Christianity, Muslim, whatever, all those faith bases about how they have to abstain from this, don't drink, don't do drugs, don't like sex until marriage or whatever. Everyone talks shit about it. But at the end of the day, when you follow the tenets of that religion, it creates a leader at the end of it. Everyone's so like hung up on that. Oh my God, God doesn't like me because I'm homosexual. Shut the fuck up. Stop being a bitch, right? Just follow the fucking principles or just listen at least with an open mind. And then you'll find that you're getting better every single day. And it's creating independence as opposed to, that's why like religion is fucking great.
It's accountability.
yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
Religion is the ancient solution to all the psychological problems that people had back in the day. It's like
Yeah.
all-in-one.
Yeah,
The leaders were like, all right, knowingly or not, whether they wanted to control their populations or not, they were like, all right, you dumb motherfuckers, you sheep fuckers, all right? Here's your book, read it, and then you'll be better, you idiots. Like, all you got to do is not gratify yourself every day, work hard, be a fucking good person, like, be ethical with your beliefs and your actions and your thoughts,
yeah.
and things will come to you. Like, your universal laws, like,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, as Kanye once said, you know, human beings in a mob. Who's a mob to a king? Who's a king to a god? Who's a god to a non-believer who doesn't believe in anything?
Yeah, that was Frank Ocean. So.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, but it was in that.
But he probably wrote it. I don't know who wrote it, but yeah.
It was in that.
Human beings.
No church in the wild. Oh yeah.
What's a god to a
Was it?
king?
Was Frank on that
Yeah,
song?
He sung that, the hook. Yeah.
Oh shit! Fucking hell, that was a stacked song then.
Yeah.
Frank, Jay-Z, and
Kanye.
Kanye. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
on that note,
Yes.
let's let's wrap it up. Thanks again, folks, for tuning into this one. We've had Frank with us.
Play the
Frank.
outro music. And go.